Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Safety Systems. Security systems for your home or office, life safety systems. That's from nurse call to monitoring, annual testing for your business's fire and safety equipment, which you have to do if you own a business. Safety Systems can do all of that for you. Call VFL J.J. Surlis this week and get them on the job for you. All right, I'm back with, what's your name? Daniel Hood? And your name's Sterling Hinton? I don't have graphics to tell me. Daniel Hood, Sterling Hinton, Bob Hodge. If you folks at home knew how angry I am right now, it's way up there. Anyway, last year, Tennessee goes to Lexington. They win 45-42. Kentucky out-offensed them, like 600 yards to 400 and something. Again, I would have had it in front of me. They also owned the football for about 46 minutes. And Tennessee only had it for 13 minutes. But if you recall, Tennessee had the two long catch and run, 75 yards and 72 yards. And the game kind of turned on an Alontae Taylor interception return for a touchdown. So three major big plays for Tennessee won that game. So far this year, Kentucky has lost twice. I'm trying to remember. They lost at Ole Miss in a close game where they turned it over twice. And they lost to South Carolina in a game where they didn't have Will Levis. When you look at this, and I'll hold on for you last, when you look at this, Mr. Happy-Go-Luckies, what's your concern level about Kentucky coming into Knoxville?
In terms of winning, I'm not really concerned at all. There's a few little things, like being the Tennessee's first night game this year, the amount of emotion Bob Stoops is going to have coming into this to wanting to beat Tennessee. I'm more worried on Tennessee being able to cover than I am about losing the game.
Stoops.
Or Mark Stoops, sorry. But yeah, more worried about Tennessee being able to cover than it is about Tennessee winning. It seems like it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Go ahead, give them the bulletin board material. Go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna aim for perfection.
It's almost like somebody yelled that during the commercial break, isn't it?
I mean, think about it though, John P. I mean, we haven't lost them at home. Our team is really rolling right now. They're 2 losses all away. This is an away game for them.
Yeah.
And I think this is a bus ride for them, too. So it's a night game plus a bus ride. And so it could be interesting. Like, I'm more or less on the side with Daniel. I'm not concerned about losing, matter if we cover.
All right.
Well.
All right. Negator, what is your take? I mean, here's the thing. Now, Tennessee has owned Kentucky the same way that Florida and Alabama have owned Tennessee. Oh, wait. That changed this year. Do you have a concern level?
If I'm Tennessee, my concern level is that Levis is a good quarterback. He's probably, I'm going to guess, second best quarterback you're going to face to this point this year.
Depends on how much you really like Stetson Bennett. Oh, to this point.
To this point.
Yeah.
So he's the second best quarterback you faced. Just a few weeks ago, Kentucky's receivers were rated higher than your receivers, which surprised me. That was on SEC Network. I think Kentucky had either the second or the third best receivers as a group. Your big concern is your DBs. And I just think Stoops, who loves the running game, who loves the conservative game, I think he's going to come in and probably say, okay, we're going to have to throw it a little bit. You're not going to come in and go for it on 4th down at his own 36 and that kind of stuff. But I think he's probably going to speed up his offense a little bit. I think they're going to try to throw it more to take advantage of where your biggest weakness is.
Here's my question. If you had to compare Stoops to any coach you've faced so far, it might be Pat Narduzzi at Pitt for this year with just the style of play. It's going to be line of scrimmage type of stuff, like to win with defense. And Pitt, was that Tennessee having its one clunker of an offensive day, or was that Pitt doing some good work against you? Because Pitt held you to 27 points in regulation. And as much as we're sitting here saying, oh, Kentucky can't beat them, Pitt had to miss 2 field goals or you don't go to overtime and beat them. This league is tough. Missouri took Georgia to the wire just a couple of weeks ago, and Missouri stinks. I have watched this league so long, and maybe it's because I've watched Tennessee blow chances in the past. It's difficult for me to look at any of these games, except for Missouri and Vandy, and say, pushover.
No, and I think Levis,
on paper it should be.
He can run. And
Levis had his best running day against Tennessee last year. Was his best of the season.
Tennessee's fear of a running quarterback, I think, opened up things for Richardson when you were playing Florida. Okay, didn't happen when you went to LSU. So there are things there. I mean, I think Tennessee should be favored. I think Tennessee's going to win, but you can't go to sleep on them. And plus, being number 3 in the country, that makes it a lot more of a target game for the other guys than when you're number 23 or not even ranked. So a little more motivation for Kentucky.
Well, I think, as far as the
We
running-
haven't convinced you, though.
Well,
Still
well,
no
no,
concern?
Bob made some great points. You made awesome points. I just think the elevated play of James Banks and the linebacker crew, they found a way to box those running quarterbacks in better than they have since. Now, I can't say they're going to totally stop them, but it won't be big play after big play as it's been in the past.
Yeah, and I just think this is a different Tennessee team. I don't think we've seen them play their best offense yet. And that offense, I mean, this is a new era of college football. Offense wins championships, and Tennessee's got the best offense.
Yeah, there was a day when you'd be sitting here saying Kentucky's got the best defense. Defense beats offense. That in the last 5 years, that has become it's flipped. All right, when we come back, we'll bring out somebody who. By the way, I will throw this out before we go to break. Sorry. Kentucky won 34-7 at Neyland back in 2020, so they're going for their first back-to-back wins in Knoxville since 1962 and 1964. It's been a while since they did that. When we come back, we're going to bring everybody out here and talk about what Kentucky's game plan should be. We know what Tennessee's going to try and do. How does Kentucky try and slow it down and stop it? Let's discuss that next on The Sports Source.